Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Blind. Conrad has another quest for us. The main scenario quest. Where men go as one. Another 100,000 XP. A little bit of gil. Earrings. Conrad wishes to thank you for all you've done in such a short time. And all we've done has been quite a bit. We're really getting things going here. Owing to the efforts of you all, we've accomplished a great deal in a short time. Resistance thanks you for your service, Scions. You're welcome. Here's Oppenham. I see operations here have been proceeding apace in my absence. Oh, welcome back, brother dearest. I take it your efforts to gather new recruits were successful. Indeed, there were several among the Scions' ranks that were quite eager to take part in our joint venture with the Resistance, whom I am come to present. These guys. Commander Kemp, if I may, my name is Arvald Lentinus. Happy as you can doubtless tell. I'm here to fight for a free Alamigo. For an Alamigo, where women like my mother are never made to suffer, I pray you grant me this honor. You are a true-born son of Urbanius, same as me. This is not my honor to grant, but yours to freely take. Welcome, brother. With our swelling ranks and the aid of the Eorzean Alliance and the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, I believe we will soon be in a position to seize the initiative. Once our new recruits have received sufficient training, I'll propose to General Aldine that we draw up plans for an assault on Castellum Velodana. Then in the meantime, we'll make what preparations we can. Going to need to prepare for that. Alright. More recruits. More help from all kinds of places. It's gonna take everybody. For sure. Meanwhile, in the royal palace of Alamico. Beyond
Alliance forces have occupied Castrum Oriens and taken up positions along the length of the wall. Our patrols have engaged their reconnaissance parties on site, but there have been no significant exchanges, save one. A unit tasked with field testing prototype Magitech weapons was attacked. The weapons were destroyed, with the unit sustaining near total casualties.
Near total? Go on.
My lord, there was but a single survivor from the unit in question, which falls under my command. According to his report, they were ambushed by a contingent of Eorzean Alliance regulars, abetted by resistance insurgents.
A simple ambush and only one survivor. A fine day's work. The stubbornness to survive is not without worth. He may live. However, the 12th is no place for the weak.
He shall be relegated at once, my lord. As you say, the 12th is no place for cowards who count their lives more precious than the cause.
Indeed, indeed. We have no need of cowards.
My lord,
Cowards, who defer critical missions to their subordinates, who hide within their castra, never meeting their prey in battle, never staring into the whites of their eyes. Why, when confronted with a heretofore unknown icon, did we surrender the wall to the Alliance? Because my honored father, in his infinite wisdom, has not seen fit to grant us leave to march on their lands. Accordingly, we have extended an invitation to our neighbors. Gir Abania is where we shall host them. The field upon which we shall enjoy the sport of kings. Patience is paramount. Cornered animals may have spirit, but they are ultimately predictable and very poor sport. But if one dangles the promise of freedom before them while nipping at their heels to stoke their passion, then things become interesting. It is a delicate dance, one which asks much of my hounds. And so I put the question to you, my fellow huntsman. How shall we deal with these savages?
My lord, I have a proposal.
Silence, Alamegan! You do forget yourself! Only by the grace of Lord Van Baelsar were you afforded a place here, and that in name alone. We have no need of your proposals, savage.
This savage yearns to hunt her own. The floor is yours, Commander.
Thank you, my lord.
What's she planning? We're gonna have to get rid of all these guys. It's gonna be a whole thing. But we don't know about all that. We know they're definitely going to respond and enforce. We'll get to that eventually. Arnvald, Mattia, Jalova. Alright. Right then. I've got duties to attend to. Mayhap we could assist you with said duties? We are here to help after all. We can't do everything. 3 of you have been busy, so I understand if you require time to rest. If not, however, it would seem sensible to assist our allies with their preparations. We'd be grateful for any help you can offer. If you ask around, I guarantee you won't want for work. I'm sure. What kind of jewelry we got here? Strength, dexterity. Not comparing it to anything we currently have. Let's take a dexterity one, I guess. Or something. Everybody's off. Alright. Hey, level 62. New action learned. Troubadour. Comp. There it is. Reduce damage taken by self and nearby party members by 10% for 15 seconds. Can't be stacked with machinists, tacticians, or dancers. Shield Samba. Okay. A little bit of party buff kind of situation. More of a party tank buff. Reduce damage by 10% for 15 seconds. Not a huge amount. It's something. Alright. Looks like we've got multiple spots for doing stuff here. Helping out, doing things. Let's grab it all, I suppose. Use. Certainly he's seen you somewhere before. Potentially. Let me just decline that for a second. See. Yep, the new earrings are good. Equip those. Update set. And now we're level 62. The quests are still level 60. That's something to consider. I'm going to my gear set list. And I suppose... got the barn. Got the dragoon working out nicely. While we have the experience to spare, we could get some levels in Black Mage, I guess. Maybe. We haven't been collecting, like, all the extra gear bits or anything for Black Mage, really. What are we working with here? It's definitely lower. I recommend some gear. We got the 255 staff. A couple other bits. This is the 215. Really just depends how much experience there is coming around. What are the class jobs here? We're almost level 61 already from previous activities. Dragoon is just 61. We'll go with this for at least the level here. Get it to the point where level 61 we can do more stuff. Can always get experience later doing specific things. It's fine for now. 210. A couple lower level bits. That'll work. Already got that. Okay. Level 60 stuff. Seen us somewhere before. Where have you seen us? I beg your pardon. The man who bested Yassam Belzar wishes to offer me his assistance. I say this is highly irregular, though I have heard it said you had a penchant for aiding the common man, in which case, before the occupation, I was a humble historian. While my duties leave me scarce time for aught else, I think it important that these momentous events be recorded for the benefit of future generations. Primary sources are indispensable. I had in mind to question a number of my fellow freedom fighters, ask them their motivations for taking up this cause and so forth. I take down their statements in this log, and I thank you for your service, now and ever after. Okay. Talk to people in places. There's a person this way. Talk to them first. They're over towards the dungeon bit. And then we finish talking to them, we'll teleport back here. Be a quicker path. Or the other ones that also bring us up here again. Also possible. We will see. The quest to start over there. Talk to over these spots. Okay. Alright. Why did I join the resistance? Well, if you must know, it was to avenge a friend the Imperials butchered before my very eyes back in Alamigo. We owned a stall in the markets, and a passing soldier snatched up a piece of fruit. He spoke out before I could stop him, only to get a foam of steel in the gut for his troubles. I found my way here, and that was that. Is there another one of these with another quest? I thought there was a third one. Let me just talk to the same people again. That's possible. Oh, the slow mount speed. Quite something here. I was just a cook before all this. Simple fare, really. Had a chance to lend a hand and help feed some refugees one day. Took a liking to the fighters. They believed, you know. There's always a need for cooks, or at least people who can work with whatever the foraging priorities turn up. I actually have a quest. A dash of green. Alyssa considers the cookpot with a frown. You want to help, do you? Seeing as I'm in no position to leave the stew pot unattended, would you go and ask Team for a variety of herbs? 6 sprigs or so of whatever he's got on hand should suffice. It's not as haphazard as it may seem. Depending on the recipe, it doesn't really matter what sort you add, as long as you add something. I'll be here when you get back. Going back that way again. We can teleport over here if that's done. Again, there's probably a best order to go through all this, but it doesn't matter that much. As long as we get everything done here. Making progress. Herbs, is it? 6 sprigs of whatever's on hand. Afraid I can't spare that much. We'll take 2 and be glad of it. He really is a stickler here, isn't he? The remainder you'll have to gather yourself. Shouldn't be too much of a bother. Though you'd be surprised what you can find growing underfoot, even in the reach. Find 2 more pieces over here. Or 4 more pieces. 2 more pieces? 4 more pieces. From herbs. Just grow in here. One. Since they're over that way. There's something. And that's a battle maid. Help train the recruits a little bit. Could be helpful. You wayward brothers. Inetta Balmaid is not one to be trifled with. You look like a strider in search of comrades in need. If so, I have a task for you. I'm a trainer. I was told to expect new recruits this eve, yet nary a one has come. Perhaps they were given the wrong time or location. I do not know. They number 5 in all, these would-be warriors. Send them unto me, should you chance to find them. Already shirking their duties here. Oh goodness. Talk to people, find warriors, pick stuff. Lots of things to do. Why? Why indeed? To save lives, perhaps? Or to make amends for the ones I couldn't? My father and my brothers were worked to death while building a castrum. What did it matter to the Garleans, eh? Or where that came from. After that, I couldn't keep on doing nothing. Recompense. Hey, recruit. What are you doing? I know, I'm late. But I had to say a prayer for my sister first. After what the Imperials did to her, death was a mercy. Starting to think these Imperial guys are no good. You don't say. And that is why we need to kick them all out. At the minimum. See what we can accomplish. Aren't you the Icon Slayer? Damned if I know why you'd bother asking someone like me why I joined the Resistance. But it's simple. If I wasn't fighting for Alamigo, I'd be fighting for the Empire. You're either with them or not, and if you're with them, you may as well make the most of it. Food, training, citizenship, if you live long enough, you'll die stealing someone else's land, like as not. That's the choice. But me, I'd rather die here. And some more. Have some here. Got it. Over here, more over here, more over there. Teleport across the area. Surgeon. Brooding recruit. Ah, 1,000 pardons. So preoccupied was I by the question of whether Alamigo should be a monarchy or republic that I had neglected to attend my training. How silly, I know. Till we drive the Imperials from our lands, the question is moot. Indeed. Getting a little ahead of themselves there. Just a smidge. Fiery recruit. Shadowboxing over here. Huh? Training? Ah, I was so busy practicing to impress the others that I completely forgot. Thank you. Uh-huh. Just a sightseeing point. Drop onto that or something. Be a good sight of Resistance headquarters here. Pick that. Check. Turn in, look here, turn in, look there. Come back. That'll work. And one of the recruits is over here. Near the cooking pots. The teacher calls for me, I see. We were discussing strategies for disabling Magitech armor, you see, and yes, of course, there is no time. If you'd excuse me. There you are. Got the herbs I asked for? Yep. Reach greens. Precisely what type of herb this is remains unclear, but the important thing is that it's green and fragrant. And hopefully not, like, poisonous, you know? Yeah. Thanks, that'll do nicely. And I'm sorry to impose on you, sir. Thought you were another new recruit. Didn't realize until after that you were, But to answer the question that's probably on your mind, yes, it's always like this. Never enough food or supplies to go around. All the more reason to be grateful when our countrymen can spare some for the cause. Though that comes at a cost too. Too many villages, too many children, more deserving than us. A man can't fight on an empty stomach, can he? So we partake as we must, and must never lose sight of the dream. Yeah. More supplies. Would be great. Well met, Artich. Have you spoken with the freedom fighters I asked? Yep. Got a well-worn log, page after page long, with flowing script. Doubtless Beavis has much practice honing his handwriting. Hopefully did alright. As fascinating as they are varied, you have a knack for convincing others to bare their hearts to you. I could not have done better myself. Many years from now, when these tempestuous times pass into memory, their accounts will be served as a window into the struggle. Must never forget, my friend. Never. Also have a recruit around here somewhere. Let's find them. Hiding behind a wall or something. As they are wont to do. Faint-hearted. Oh, bugger. You were sent by the snake, weren't you? I heard 1 in 4 recruits doesn't live through their training. That can't be true, right? Oh, bugger, oh, bugger. It's probably fine. It's probably fine. Alright. We'll run back over to them. Teleport to here, teleport to there, teleport to there. Run to here, teleport to there, run to there. We got some options here. Technically closer. And sprint on over. All recruits are present and accounted for. My thanks to you, Strider. Not all appreciate the rigor with which I train my recruits. Some favor a gentler approach, as if the Imperials would be so kind. 'Tis a thankless job to teach, some say. But I say their survival is thanks enough. Fare you well. Level 61. Yeah. Don't get anything at level 61 here, but that's alright. Just want to immediately back over to the Dragoon. Get to 62 before we worry about something else. Dragoon. New gear. High steel scale mail. Steel helm. Some leg guards. Stuff of maiming. These are 255. See what it looks like a set here. Oh yeah. A different set. But a set nonetheless. Okay. It's in the middle here. Swarthy resistance fighter. What are you up to? Token of faith. Swarthy resistance fighter is at wit's end. You have it all. Where could it have got to? What are you talking about? Oh, pardon me, fellow lover of freedom and justice. You haven't seen a ward of the destroyer anywhere, have you? Maybe on the ground, as if a certain bloody fool had dropped it? I'd be him. I had it this morning. That much I know for certain. I've not left the reach since, so it's gotta be around here somewhere. If you had a moment to spare, would you be willing to help me search? I spent some time near the Temple of the Fist earlier, so it might be there. As for me, I'll look around near the Officer's Pavilion. They're hardly rare, I know, and I could just easily buy another. But even so, please help me find it. I don't know exactly what we're looking for. He needs a ward. Aided by his own ward. Probably not. A shield? A token? Something? It's gonna be over here, in the hallway, being shiny. Ward of the Destroyer. It's a rock. Probably not. Got it. Cool. Let's move up this way towards the pavilion. Options here. I swear I've searched high and low, it just won't turn up. It is a paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of El Amigo, Relgar. There you go. 7 hells, that's the one. That's my lucky ward. You're a godson, brother. Before I was born, my mother made a pilgrimage to the Temple of the Fist, where she, like many others, received the blessings of the monks. And then Theodoric came and burned it all to the ground, the mad bastard. And after him came the Garleans, who cared even less for our beliefs. I still keep to the old ways, as do many others. When my son is born, I'll teach him the stories and scripture, as my mother taught me. Yeah. Crossing the Valadina. The fellow is making himself useful to the resistance. Helping. And with that, another task is complete. Ah, I hear you have been keeping busy. All around the area here. Aye, that he has, and we thank him for it. Please me to inform you that our new recruits have completed their initial training and stand ready to contribute. Well, that's good. As discussed, Nago, I would have you present my proposal for an assault on Castellum Valadina to General Aldine personally. Of course, sir. And so you and yours plan to return to Castrum Oriens before the operation? If so, why don't we travel together? That seems a fine suggestion. I must consult my comrades ere we depart. Very well, wait for you at the pass, but not too long. Another trip. I expect Kryl and Ystolo will wish to remain here to support the Cherigens. But nevertheless, we should go and ask them. Fair enough. It's on the other side of town. Presumably, people here be slightly less freaked out about a dragon, since they're not always being attacked by dragons. It's still pretty notable, though. So. Is aught amiss? Eh. I see. That explains the sudden flurry of activity outside. This joint operation marks a turning point in our conflict with the Garleans. For the first time, the Resistance and the Alliance shall go on the offensive, attempt to capture an Imperial outpost in occupied territory. Personally, I believe it is imperative that we offer them our full support, as was the case with Ishgard. However, this is not a choice to be made lightly, nor less on others' behalfs. This is war, and every side must decide what part he or she would play. I'll fight, for Al Amigo, for my father, for Ida. I'm in it to the end. The choice was made for us ere we were born, brother, when the Empire marched on Eorzea. They will stop at nothing to subjugate or slaughter us all, and Belsar and Van Tarnus were but the first to try. Though your fervor is surprising, I cannot dispute your logic. At the risk of repeating myself, I am of course of the same mind. The present situation is untenable, and further complicated by the existence of Ilrid's Primal. I believe we have no recourse but to directly and openly intervene. I thought this a foregone conclusion, given our actions thus far, but if you require renewed affirmation, then yes, I'm still wholly committed to this cause. For it is ultimately the self-same cause I've served since I first pledged to serve Master Louisoix in the Circle of Knowing, the salvation of Eorzea by any means necessary. That said, I shall refrain from taking the field on this occasion. There are many here who require further treatment, and doubtless more to come after. I came here for Minfilia, and that hasn't changed. However, I'd like to stay with Y'shtola for now, and tend to the wounded. Okay? Fair enough. As for you, Artik, you are, to quote our dear friend Lord Edmont, the man who slew Gaius von Belsar and some half-dozen primals besides. Your presence may well prove the difference between victory and defeat. Many look to you as a hero, and heap great expectations upon your shoulders. But you, like every side, must decide for yourself. A fight? Empire poses too great a threat. We can but carry on for those we've lost, for those we can yet save. As long as there's a battle to be fought, I'll be there. To be frank, I mean, this isn't my fight, but I'll do what I must. The Empire is a threat. That's the most important part. We can but carry on. We carry on more forcefully than that. Those we can yet save? Everyone. It's a problem that needs to be dealt with. Indeed. As you have doubtless seen during your time in the outlying villages, their so-called meritocracy is but a pretext to torture and enslave their lesser subjects. Such is the fate that awaits us all should their expansion continue unchecked. Take care. Y'shtola, Crown, do not hesitate to contact us should you require assistance. At least, I would ask that you remain here by Conrad's side. We should go, or Mago will leave without us. Alright, let's go. Have him. Might I persuade you to join us, Artik? Should you wish to give your decision further consideration, Custom Orients would seem an apt place to do it. You need not answer right away. I'm sure I can convince Mago to wait a little longer. I was coming already. I don't know what the plan was here. Gotta go. Nope, no shot. Bow practice. A little bit of training going on. Could be more. But also, it's alright. They're doing what they can here. So do accompany us. Full glad I am to hear it. All set? Excellent. Let's be off. We're gonna walk back through the area. No. Back to Custom Organs directly. We've done a couple walking back and forth between these spots already. Quests. Alright. There's some nonsense happening over here. Mountain grizzlies. Wild. Anyways. Welcome back, comrades. What news? Greetings, General. I come at Commander Kemp's behest to brief you on the latest developments at the Reach. Our recruitment efforts have exceeded expectations. In addition to welcoming many motivated young Alamegans, ranks have been bolstered by the arrival of a number of experienced veterans, thanks in large part to the efforts of the Scions. As a consequence, we are now able to field half a dozen new recruits, with more being trained as we speak. Good. Gather Conrad is eager to strike while the iron's hot? Mm-hmm. Just so, General. He proposes that we begin preparations for a joint operation to capture Castellum Veludina. Capture Veludina will not be easy. It will, however, be necessary if we are to ever to push east towards the capital. There is no profit in delay. It's only a matter of time before the Guardians learn of our plans and summon reinforcements. The Alliance hereby accepts Commander Kemp's proposal. Tell him to take no chances. Bring every able-bodied Alamegan who can wield a weapon. Pippin, I want Odina watched, assess its defenses. Every fortress has a weakness, and I would know this one's. There is no objection, General. Let the Scions join Marshal Tarpin. Huh. By all means. That's all. Let's be about it. Okay. Elsai. Jogbo. Conrad and the General are of one mind, it seems. Only wish I could say the same. While this aggressive strategy may well profit us in the end, what losses will we suffer in the meantime? Probably quite a few. Anyway, we should speak with the Vice Marshal about this reconnaissance mission. See how we would like to proceed. Quest complete. Mind and Piety. Touch Determination. Let's see which one's the other for. Dominators, Arcane Spec Mage, Red Mage, Blue Mage. Perfect. Okay. We'll go on reconnaissance. See where we're getting to. This is. That's the Belladonna River. Castrum Corby. Castrum Belladonna is all the way over here. Venturing into parts yet unknown. That'll be something. For next time. Goodbye.